Good morning, everybody. This is Emmy. This is my fifth walking installment of FU Fibro. It's a little chilly out today, but I try to get out as much as possible because soon we're going to be indoors all the time. So today I want to talk about when exercise kicks your ass in a really bad way, and actually a dangerous way. It's something a lot of you probably have never heard of, and there's some of you that are like, yeah, I'm Emmy, I get it, I've been there. I'm going to start with a story. A couple years ago, I had a client who was a personal trainer. He had this great, jacked, nice body, and I was really frustrated with my menopausal body and the weight gain that I had gained through menopause. So I decided to work out with this kid. Much younger. I don't know what kind of education he has, but I figured, you know what? Maybe I need something else. I exercise on a daily basis. Sometimes it's just a short walk, whatever. But I try to do something physical every day. So I feel like I'm in, okay shape. So I do an hour workout with him. And it was tough. It was demanding. But I like to push myself. I always have. That's what gets me through the day sometimes. By the time I got home, it was the weirdest sensation, especially in my upper body, but throughout everything. It was like I was rolled over our bus and they decided to go reverse forward. Seriously, felt like I had been in an accident. I go to get in the pool, I can't swim. My limbs are in excruciating pain, and I'm just have this sense of exhaustion, and it actually caused like some mental confusion. It was so effed up. My husband had to do my hair that day. I went to work, took some leave, sort of made it through it. It kept getting worse, day 2, day 3, and now I'm like, all right, something is legit wrong with me. So I called the kid. He didn't really know what to tell me, so I went to a chiropractor who works with sports medicine guy that he recommended. And the guy just said, I must have stimulated some muscles I haven't used. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, there was seriously something wrong with me. I've never felt that much weakness, that much just excruciating pain. Okay, so apparently there's this thing called PEM, or post-exertional malaise. Some people just call it exercise malaise. And basically what it is when you have some kind of physical limitation, like chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, and you exercise, it does something totally bad to you and causes pain, exhaustion, weakness, mental fatigue, or mental fog, and it like really screws you up. So here you're trying to exercise to feel better, and it has the worst effect. And it can last for a couple days. It can actually last for a couple weeks. So I've had to learn, when I try a new exercise, I need to be more careful because my body's just more sensitive. So recently, I got a Peloton bike. Love the Peloton bike. But I was a little too aggressive, doing it every day, 30 minutes. I did it 45. Day 4 or 5, my dog got up in the middle of the night, and it was urgent. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. So we ran downstairs. I let him out, and then when I came back, I could barely walk up the stairs to my bedroom. And I was up the rest of the night because the ache in my legs was so painful. And I couldn't sleep. I got up and I took some leave, and nothing to even touched it. It was just miserable. So what do? You are suffering with something that is limited to you physically, but yet the worst thing you can do is be sedentary. So there's this fine line between trying to be as active and as fit as possible and succumbing to when your body has this excruciating negative response to exercise. So I think the best thing, like in my suggestion, is to keep a journal. And I know I can't do Peloton every day in a row, at least until I build up my endurance. And maybe the thought of riding a bike, you're like, yeah, I can't ride a bike, but you can probably walk. But if walking an hour knocks you on your ass, then maybe you just walk for 10 minutes or 20 minutes. You still need to move. The more movement you have, the better you're going to be in the long run, because the more sedentary you are, things just start to deteriorate. So you have to try to be as resilient as possible amidst your limitations. I think that's about all I got on this. So it's called post-exercise malaise or post-exertional malaise. And when you read about it, like some people think it's bunk. I absolutely do not think it's bunk because I've been there. You know, it just got me thinking. I had this guy years ago that used to come to me. He was in his 30s. He was a realtor, super fit, looking super cute. And he told me he suffered violently from chronic fatigue syndrome. Now, even though I have crappy sleep, I'm happy to say I don't have that condition. But I remember him telling me sometimes how difficult exercise could be because he was just so exhausted. And he said the most important thing for him is to find a balance between getting adequate rest and then getting adequate exercise. I can't remember what kind of exercise he did, but he was very fit. I used to wax his back so I could see it. But he found there was a balance. And maybe that's my suggestion today is I really want you to get off the couch, but I don't want you to hurt yourself. So maybe go for a walk around the block and see how you feel the next day or two. And if you feel okay, maybe walk around 2 blocks. Take it slow, but please keep moving. In the long run, your mind, your body, your organs, your joints, everything will thank you. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you next week.